Hi students, welcome to another session. So, let us start. Already we discussed about oxidation state and some examples, and I gave some examples all of you to work out. So, let us see the questions which I gave. Let us see those answers now. What are the answers for that? And we continue with some other examples of oxidation state examples here. So, what I gave in the previous class was sulfur in SO3, sulfur in SO2, sulfur in H2S, and I gave nitrogen in NO, NO2, N2O3, N2O5 and N2O. Now, this one oxygen is -2, this is X. So, this has to be now X minus 6 is equal to 0, oxidation state of sulfur is +6 here. So, why I gave this one is what you should think about this O2 whenever it comes. It is not a peroxide again. So, it is a -2 because sulfur does not belong to 1A element or a 2A element. So, this is X. So, this is X minus 4 is equal to 0, X is equal to +4. What about this now? Hydrogen is bonded not to metal. So, hydrogen should be taken +1, this is X. So, this is 2 plus X is equal to 0, X is equal to -2. Now, next nitrogen, here oxygen is taken NO, oxygen is taken -2, this is X. So, X minus 2 is equal to 0, X is equal to +2. Then NO2, this is again -2 only, peroxide or a superoxide, it is not a peroxide or superoxide. So, this is X, X minus 4 is equal to 0, X is equal to +4. Then N2O3, again this is -2, this is X, 2X minus 6 is equal to 0, X is equal to +3. Then N2O5, this is -2, this is X again, 2X minus 10 is equal to 0, X is equal to +5. Then N2O, oxygen is again -2 here, this is X, 2X minus 2 is equal to 0, X is equal to +1. So, these are the answers for which I gave in the previous class. Clear? Now, let us see when the oxidation states are determined normally, what are the points we need to mainly remember this thing, or where you follow suppose rules, there is some deviations or what you say exceptions. So, if you say like exceptions, everybody will feel like so many exceptions will come. So, it is not much exceptions, wherever we just come to that stage, there we take that things. So, suppose we take this type of compounds, S2O8 2 minus. What is of sulfur? we suppose determine. Now, we generally take oxygen -2. We say this is x. So, this is 2x, this is -16, total should be equal to -2. Then what do you get now? 2x is equal to 14 or plus 14, x is equal to plus 7. So, we get actually sulfur plus 7 as per the rules, but can sulfur will have plus 7. So, what is the main point to be noted is how many bonds sulfur can form totally. To the maximum, sulfur can form totally 6 bonds. More than 6 bonds it never forms. So, now when the sulfur is bonded to, let us say, all are more electronegative than sulfur, like fluorine or any other element. So, what is again is sulfur has maximum 6 bonds. Assume all the bonds are with the more electronegative element, like fluorine we considered. So, what is the total charge I can get on the sulfur now? This bond is moving towards fluorine, so plus 1, this bond moves 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 plus 1, this bond also moves plus 1. So, how many positive charges you will get totally? That is plus 6. So, sulfur can never have more than plus 6. So, maximum oxidation state of an element will be always equal to number of valence electrons. That means, sulfur now has 6 electrons, the maximum oxidation state of sulfur has to be plus 6 only. It never shows plus 7. That means, we have not considered the structure of this to determine the oxidation state. So, whenever we get more than what it has to be, then we always consider the structures only. So, here how do we know all that? That is, we will be the study slowly, but all these applications will come in this topic. So, there are some examples which we generally come across, those examples only we are taking and we are discussing here. So, as the study goes on, as you read or as your topics will be discussed first year and second year, you will be seeing so many compounds, their structures, then you will come to know what is the complete applications. But the basic applications to be carried out, these things are also should be taken into first discussion. So, let us see what is the structure of this has to be. So, this cannot be plus 7. So, what is the structure now is O, S double bond O, O minus, S double bond O, S double bond O, O minus. So, now what it says is, this oxygen will take these 2 bonds -2, this bonds will move towards oxygen -2, this bond moves -1, but already -1 is there. So, this is also -2, this bond moves towards oxygen, this bond moves towards oxygen. So, here it is -1, but this bond will not move. because it is between oxygen and oxygen. So, this bond is again -1, or this oxygen atom -2, this oxygen atom is also -2, this oxygen is atom also -2. So, what was the general condition what we have taken is all oxygens as -8. Due to that we got +7. So, what we have to do always is try to bring always to +6, because here the oxidation state of sulfur is +6, here the oxidation state of sulfur is +6, or the charges on sulfur is +6. So, bring to the maximum when you get more than maximum. So, I got more than maximum, so that I will bring it to maximum. So, you can write directly maximum charges when you get more than 7, more than 6 or 7 you are getting anything you are getting, bring it to +6 and write +6 and leave it. No need to write even the structures, but we are writing the structures for you to understand how you get +6. So, if oxidation state of sulfur is asked in this, we get +7, but we will write it as +6, that is it, without even going into the structure, because it cannot be more than 6, write 6 and leave it. But you should be able to, or you should know at least how many valence electron exist in it. That is the important thing what we have to learn even. So, where the element exists, how many valence electron it has, those things if you are aware, then you can do it all this. But for this you have to practice. Let us see where the element exists, where it is, and everything you have to go ahead. Clear? So, this is the actual structure of S2O8 2-, and this bond where the oxygen are having -1 oxidation state is called peroxy bond. So, what is mean by peroxy? Where oxygen is -1 oxidation state, then that bond is called peroxy bond. So, this compound has one peroxy bond, because we reduced each sulfur oxidation state by 1 unit. We got +7, we are saying it is +6. We are reducing the oxidation state of each sulfur by 1 unit. So, when you reduce the oxidation state by 2 units totally, there is one peroxy bond. So, here totally we reduced 2 charges, because one sulfur here, one sulfur here, or 2 sulfurs in this. So, we reduced 2 units, therefore, the oxidation state of these 2 oxygens are there is a peroxy bond. Clear? So, this is how an exceptional conditions are taken. So, let us see the other things. Suppose you take this type of compound CrO5. Now, what is of chromium? Now, normally we assume again -2 of oxygen, this is X. So, we will say this is X minus 10 is equal to 0, X is equal to plus 10. But can the chromium total charge can be plus 10? So, how many electrons exist in chromium? So, if you know the configuration of chromium, how many electrons exist in chromium in the last, that is chromium configuration is argon totally 4s1 3d5. So, total number of electrons are 6. That means, chromium cannot have again more than plus 6. So, this way of determination with the rules is not giving the proper answer now, but it gives most of the times. That is why we simplified it, otherwise there is no meaning in studying them. So, whenever we say there are some deviations, then the deviations is because of these reasons. We have not considered mainly the structures actually are perfect link. So, let us say what is chromium here, or what is the structure of this totally. The structure of this is given as like what we call it as butterfly structure. So, what is the charge on this oxygen atom? -1, because this bond will not move. This bond moves towards oxygen, this bond moves towards oxygen. So, this is also -1, but this bond is not moving. So, here this bond is again this oxygen is -1, this oxygen is -1, but this oxygen is -2. Because there are two bonds, these two bonds will move towards this oxygen. So, what is now this bond between oxygen and oxygen, where oxygens are in -1 state, here also the oxygens are in -1 state, we call these as peroxy bonds. So, how many peroxy bonds are present in this? There are 2 peroxy bonds. Clear? So, how you get these 2 peroxy bonds here? Because when we determined the oxidation state, we got +10, but it cannot be +10. So, what we said, when you get more than what it has to be, bring it to maximum simply. So, how many units we reduced? We reduced 4 units, +10 to +6. So, when we reduced from +10 to +6, 4 units are reduced. For every 2 units, we get 1 peroxy bond. So, you have to write or determine, see the structure where you have to write 1 peroxy bond or a 2 peroxy bond condition, then you can write the structures. But this structure is experimentally determined, you can't write any other structures as you want. So, here because you decreased the 4 units, the total number of peroxy bonds here is 2. Similarly, let us take some other examples. So, these are the only special cases where you also see at this stage. As you go on studying it, you will see at the later stages also. But if you take this basic definition of peroxy bonds, then you will understand the other things very carefully, clearly. So, here if you have H2SO5, what is of sulfur we determine suppose. Then what should happen is, this is +1 again, we just determine blindly with first rules, this is -2. So, this is 2 plus x minus 10 is equal to 0. So, I got x is equal to +8, but can it be +8 on sulfur? No, it has to be +6. So, how many units we reduced? We reduced 2 units. That means there must be 1 peroxy bond. So, try to write the structure of this assuming there is a peroxy bond. So, sulfur should be written around with 4 oxygens, 6 totally bonds. So, 2 oxygens you are writing with double bonds. So, that total charge on the sulfur now becomes +6. But there is one more oxygen left for us and 2 hydrogens left, and hydrogen can never be written in the middle, it should be written only at the end. So, when you have any element which has a one bond, it should be written only at the terminal positions. So, I write suppose hydrogen here, around this oxygen or at this oxygen I can write another O, then only hydrogen, because if you write hydrogen there ends the matter, we can't write the other oxygen anywhere. So, this oxygen is now -1, this oxygen is -1. So, this bond is a peroxy bond. Clear? So, this is how we take some exceptional cases and see the introduction of a peroxy bond concept. So, SO5 or let us say H2SO5, or you can say S2O8 2 minus or H2S2O8, anything where you can replace that negative charges by some positive units, or this CrO5 which is like a butterfly structure, looks interesting. So, like butterfly, so we have some structure which is so interesting. Let us come to this case discussion, then we come to next class we mostly discuss the balancing methods for the redox reactions. So, let us see, if you say C6 H12 O6, let us determine of carbon. Now, assuming this again X, hydrogen is +1, oxygen is -2. So, when we determine this as 6x now, this is +12, this is -12 is equal to 0. So, we get x is equal to 0. So, can carbon can have maximum +4, carbon can have maximum of +4. So, what do you say? 0 is okay, acceptable, but why we get 0 when you are having hydrogen at around carbon, when you have oxygen around carbon, how you get 0? Because this is the reason. So, let us see what is the structure of this. So, we are only saying for the oxidation state, whenever you get some exceptional cases or something, we are only saying the structure when we try to define in some other terms. So, there is a peroxy bond introduction required, we take these cases. When we get something like this, when hydrogen is there around carbon, so all hydrogen and carbon must be bonded, then oxygen cannot be there, because carbon and hydrogen should be taken as equal electronegativity values. Then you can take hydrogen 0, carbon 0, that is okay, but even they are not equal, they are nearly equal, but carbon is a little bit more than hydrogen. So, if you take in CH4, what is oxidation state of carbon? We say oxidation state of carbon is hydrogen is taken +1, carbon is taken X, I will take X +4 is equal to 0, X is equal to -4. So, we take here negative, because hydrogen is not bonded to metal. When it is bonded to metal, we take -1. When it is not bonded to metal, we take it as generally clear +1. But how this we are getting 0 is, suppose you take the structure of this, which is nothing but we say glucose compound will have this molecular formula. So, let us say the structure of this. So, I am just taking the linkage C double bond OH, C HOH, C HOH, C HOH, C HOH, C H OH. So, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons, 12 hydrogens will be there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oxygens are there. This is actually the basic structure of glucose, which we simply write it as CHO, CHOH, 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 CH2OH. Suppose somebody asks this type of question, what is the oxidation state of each carbon in glucose? Then specifically they are mentioning the structure, and it is not at the first stage for the, let us say like 10th class completed students or first year students. We will be asking that by mentioning the structure might be, or we may be asking that type of question on at the end of the second year, because you are going to see the structure of glucose in the second year actually. That too at the end of the second year because that topic comes at the general discussion at the end of the second year. So, here suppose we wanted to determine based on the structure. So, this hydrogen is +1. So, all hydrogens you can say +1. Then oxygen is bonded to carbon or hydrogens. So, you can say all are -2. Now, what about these carbons? This carbon is bonded to carbon. So, this bond will not have any effect, but this bond will develop -1, this bonds will develop +2. So, what is of this carbon totally now is +1. What about this carbon now? This is carbon, this is carbon. So, these two bonds are ruled out. This carbon develops the oxygen develops the +1, this hydrogen develops the -1. So, -1 here, +1 here. So, this is 0. This is having the similar linkage like this, because here carbon, here hydrogen, here oxygen for this. Similarly, what about this one? Carbon here, hydrogen here, oxygen here. So, what should be the charge on this? Should be 0, this should be 0, this should be 0. Now, last point, this develops +1, this 2 develops -1 and -1. So, total charge on this carbon will become now -1. So, when we observe now, these 4 carbons are 0, this carbon is +1, this carbon is -1. So, that total we are getting 0. Why? Because when we calculated of 6 totally as 6x, Means what we are doing is, we are not taking each one separately. This 6x, what it indicates actually? It is of 6 carbons. Means all 6 carbons we added, or we have taken the total 6 carbons charges together. So, when you take the total together, what is the meaning of that is? It is the meaning of average oxidation state. When you are determining total 6 at one time and dividing that by the 6. So, we calculated 6x value, then we divided that with 6 to get x value. That means, we have not separately calculating x, or we are not separately calculating oxidation state of each carbon by these rules. We are only just calculating the total 6x value, then we divided that with 6 to get x value. So, what it says is, finally, we are saying the average we are calculating, not of each one. So, here each carbon is, if suppose taken, 1 is plus 1, remaining 4 are 0, 1 is minus 1, total by 6, that is equal to 0. Clear? So, this is the general discussion of oxidation state with an exceptional cases. So, next class we will start with the balancing methods in the redox reactions when you have a complicated redox reactions, and hope everybody will practice it and utilize these sessions. Thank you.